All right, so we are going to go over these lines starting at line 588, which we did do in class the other day, but we might as well start there at that break. And we're going to go through line 612 at eruit, which is the first word of line 612. So take out your notes. Please be correcting your schema notes and following along with the translation with me. Most important, though, is please make note of any questions that you have, anything that doesn't get answered. We will be going over particular questions on Monday morning, but not for the entire period. So we won't have too much time for you to come up with your questions. So make note of your questions now, literally write them down so you remember in class on Monday, and we will take it from there. So starting at 588, Aeneid has just finished his diatribe about seeing Helen and about how wonderful it would be to kill her, even though it wouldn't be so good to kill a woman generally. She's just terrible, so he might as well kill her. And that's where we are, starting at Talia Yaktavam. So I was throwing out such things, and I was saying, or I was shouting, or I was bringing, literally, with my mind having been enraged. Check out that ablative absolute. When? So I was throwing out these things, and I was saying these things with my mind having been enraged. When? Now you have to go all the way down to Alma Parens in 591 as your subject. When the nourishing parent, which would be Venus, his mother. So when the nourishing parent, Obtulit, appeared or literally brought herself, Obtulit, to bring forward, say up on line 589 is your direct object. So the nourishing parent, when the nourishing parent brought herself, me, to me. The nourishing parent, Clara, having been made clear, right? The nourishing parent, non ante, never before, tam Clara, so clear, oculis, to the eyes. So she brought herself to me, never before, so clear to the eyes. Because she usually comes to Aeneid in some sort of annoying form, like the form of an unknown huntress, or in a cloud, as she puts Aeneid in, not so clear as herself. So not before, so clear to my eyes. Widendam. Here you've got to add the odd to make it odd widendam. If you see that nd right in the middle there, that'll show you that we have a gerundive nd, or future passive participle. And when you have odd at the front, this becomes a gerundive of purpose, for the purpose of. So she brought herself to me for the purpose of seeing, so that I could see her, but literally for the purpose of seeing. Never before so clear to my eyes. And she repulsit, she shone in pura luce, in pure light, per noctem, through the night. She, now we have confesso, we got a perfect passive participle going off of Alma Parens. She, having been revealed. This is where we get confess in English, to confess something. But if you confess that you have done something, you've revealed the truth. So confessus literally comes from the Latin verb meaning to reveal. So having been revealed, deam. Notice, perfect passive participle. Passive verbs cannot take direct objects. There's no such thing as a direct object with a passive verb, because in a passive verb, your subject is receiving the action. That's what makes it passive. So here, this direct object is actually an apposition to our subject of confessa. So the Alma Parens, she, having been revealed as. You want to supply as whenever you have something like apposition. So having been revealed as a goddess. And, now we have to take confessa again. And having been revealed, number one, qualis, in such a way, and quanta, number two, how great. So having been revealed both in such a way and how great, she is accustomed to be seen by the deities, or by the divinities. So videre is your present passive infinitive. It can either be translated as to be seen, quite literally, or anytime you have video, videre in the passive, it could just be to seem with an M instead of an N. So either to be seen or to seem, one of the two. So having been revealed as a goddess, and having been revealed in such a way, and how great she is accustomed to seem to the divinities. Meaning she's not hidden at all, right? She's coming to Aeneas in her full form as she usually is. And, she continued. She grabbed hold of, or she took me, you have to supply some sort of me. She grabbed hold of me, having been grasped, prehensum, another PDP. So she grabbed hold of me, having been grasped, dextra, with her right hand. With her right hand is what type of ablative? That would be an ablative of means. How did she do it? She did it with her hand. And she added, these things, moreover, in super, she added these things, roseo ore, with her rosy mouth. And now we get into Venus's speech. Here we go. Nate, meaning, oh, one having been born, or just son. Son, quis tantus dolor, what so great sadness, dolor or pain, what so great pain, excitat, arouses the indomitas iras, arouses these unquenchable angers, or something like that. You can translate indomitas a bunch of different ways, but something like never-ending angers. What such great pain excites these never-ending angers? Quid furis, why do you rage? Out, or quanam, wherever. So, or quanam, wherever has the cura tibi, the care for you, or your care, nostri, of us, gone, receded, right? Or wherever has your care of us gone. Non prius aspicies. Will you not, notice if you scroll all the way down or turn your page over, you'll notice that this sentence starting with non prius is a question. It ends with puer right down here. So make sure you word it like a question from the beginning. Non prius aspicies. Notice aspicies is future. It would be aspicis if it were present, but with the es ending, it makes it future. So will you not, will you not see first? Will you not first see, ubi, where Anchises, go all the way down to your true direct object, would be Anchisen. So will you not first see where Anchises, or where you left Anchises? I should go with Liquaris first. So will you not first see where you left Liquaris, or you left behind Anchises? The parentum, take parentum as apposition going with Anchises. So will you not see where you left Anchises, the parent tired with age? Notice we have a clause here, and I've marked it for you. We have an indirect question, both starting with ubi and starting with superet, which we'll get to in a second. Our head verb is aspicies. Our question word is ubi. And then we have this perfect active subjunctive with liquaris. It looks like a future perfect indicative. Don't get thrown off. It's a perfect active subjunctive, which has the same forms as those future perfect active indicatives. So, let's see. Will you not first see where you left Anchises, the parent tired with age? Or and, we kind of have a synonym here. And if or whether, we have to supply a question word, whichever one you want. I have supplied if. You notice that little C right there, but you can supply just about anything you want. So, or if the wife Creusa and the boy Ascanius survive. So, what is Venus really saying here? And if you go back up, she's saying, why are you acting so crazy, son? What pain is causing these incurable angers? Why are you raging? Before you do anything rash, will you not see where you left Anchises, or if Creusa and Ascanius have survived? You know, in his previous ragings, we just said, Aeneas just told us that everyone is dead, that Creusa is dead, and Iulus is dead, and Anchises is dead, but he doesn't actually know that. He's just feeling overwhelmed and feeling like they probably are, but he doesn't know if they are. So Venus is saying, before you do anything too crazy, don't you want to see if your family has actually survived? Undique, next sentence starting with quos. Undique, on all sides, the Graiae Achies, the Greek battle line wanders, errant. On both sides, the Greek battle line wanders, circum eos omnes. Notice we have close omnes, but if you read your book notes, it'll tell you that close should be changed to eos. So on all sides, the Greek battle line wanders around all of them. So the Greek battle line is surrounding you. And me. Me is the same thing as nisi, which means unless or if not. So if my care, mea cura, did not resist this, right? If my care did not resist this, now the hostile, inimicus, the hostile flames would bring, and then we don't have a direct object, so you might want to say like hostile flames would bring, I don't know, the city down or something like that. Now the hostile flames would bring the city down and would drink with swords, would drink something. Again, we don't have a direct object, so would drink, I don't know, the blood with swords, something really gruesome that gets this message across. If I did not care for you, right? If my care did not resist this, now the enemy flames would bring you down and would drink the blood with swords. Notice we have personification here with inimicus. Flames can't be hostile, but it's actually just referring to the Greeks themselves. The face, the phakies, the face of the Lycaean daughter of Tyndarus. And as we had in class the other day, the daughter of Tyndarus is Helen. This is again a patronymic, which is using her father's name to call her by name. So the face of the Lycaean, meaning Central Greek or Spartan, the face of the Lycaean daughter of Tyndarus, non est tibi invisa. We have to supply the est, so that's what is ellipsed here. The face of the Lycaean daughter of Tyndarus is not hostile to you, or is not an enemy to you. And Paris, having been blamed, Kolpatus, is not an enemy to you. You can take that again. The inclementia divum, the unkindness of the gods. We have divum twice, so it's really super emphatic. She's saying, don't be pissed at Helen, and don't be pissed at Paris, who's been blamed for all this. The unkindness of the gods, Owertit, overturns has opes, these resources, or what that means is the city. So these resources, meaning the city. And lays down, stern it, lays low Troy from its height, or from its peak. The unkindness of the gods, anaphora, overturns these resources and lays low Troy from its peak. Don't be mad at Helen, don't be mad at Paris. It's the gods that are doing this. Look! Ask again. Look. 4. 4 is namque. You have to go all the way down to your main verb. Notice I marked it right here for you. It's all the way down to Erypion. 4, I will snatch away, again, a future. I will snatch away the cloud, and then go up to omnem. Omnem is modifying nubem. So I will snatch away the whole cloud, which, then we get into this relative clause. Notice that the omnem nubem is framing this relative clause, which is exactly what the cloud is doing to Aeneas. It's covering his view. And here we have the whole cloud, the omnem nubem, those actual physical words, covering or surrounding the relative clause, which is explaining Aeneas' view. So, look, for I will snatch away the whole cloud, which now, having been covered, of dupta, which now, having been covered, dative of reference, with reference to you seeing, or you can also treat it kind of like respect. So, having been covered with respect to you seeing, so the cloud is covering you seeing. I will snatch away this whole cloud, which now, having been covered with reference to you seeing, habetat mortalis visus, covers your mortal sights for you. Covers the mortal sights for you, or covers your mortal sights. And humida, this is where we get humid, so like dewy. Dewy, here come all around, kaliga, it darkens. So it covers the mortal sights for you, and it darkens the mortal sights for you. It wet all around. All right, I'm going to pause now. I only have